Well, hello, fellow book nerds. It is time for June, my birthday month, and all the readathons. So June is crazy filled with readathons. Like I said, it's my birthday month, so why not treat myself and read all the books in the world? So we have so many readathons: Feel Goodathon, Pantheathon, Olympic Games, Make Your Myth Taker, so many more that I don't even know about. So this is my June TBR. I'm gonna tell you about what readathons I'm participating in and what I'm reading for them. So I'm only participating in 2 because I felt like the fact that I'm moving mid-month as well, and just the fact that I don't want to juggle too much. Maybe more than 2 would be a bit too much, especially since one of them has quite a lot of prompts as well. But I'm participating in Make Your Myth Taker and Olympic Games. Make Your Myth Taker is organized by Myth Take book club, and you don't have to participate in the book club to do this readathon, but basically in this readathon you kind of create your own characters. So you have different prompts, different areas of characters, and then you complete the prompts to like get your character. And Olympic Games readathon is a Percy Jackson based readathon. So if you don't know Percy Jackson, it's like the best series ever. It's kind of Greek myth inspired fantasy world where the gods are real and they're children of the gods and they're called demigods, and Percy is a son of one such god, and it's about his adventures. And this one's organized by some of my lovely friends. So Ishi, Nicole, and Sasha are participating, and I'm missing someone, but I'm gonna link all the announcement videos for both of the readathons down in the description so you can have a look at them. Maybe you still want to participate, you can still have time. So I'm thinking let's go through Make Your Myth Taker prompts and books first, and then we're gonna jump to Olympic Games. I am doubling up a little bit because there would be a lot of books. For Make Your Own Myth Taker, I decided to take the sorcerer category route. So I actually decided to go for the goddess, and my getup is supposed to kind of emanate that ethereal thing. I think I look more like a witch, but I don't know what godliness looks like, and this will also make sense later when it's a dark god. First prompt is a non-human main character, and for this I have chosen Fortuna Sworn. So I first heard of this book on Becca's channel, and she just made it sound so cool and was so in love with it that I wanted to check it out, and it had it on sale on Amazon, so you know what, I got it, and I got the first 2 books on ebook. I don't know exactly what this is about, but I know that the main character isn't a human. She's a last of her race, which I'm not sure what it is, her race, but I know it's not human, and then she goes into the fairy world to kind of like woo the prince or something like that. It's a dark fairy romance, which is something I feel like I desperately need right now, so I cannot wait to read this. I heard the romance is super angsty and I just miss the romance. I heard that she said that the romance was kind of like Akatar, and I need that kind of, you know, spice in my life, so we're going with Fortuna Sword. Next prompt is read a book with a foiled cover. I had to Google what a foiled cover is because I wasn't sure, but apparently it's just when it has like those shiny elements. So for this I have chosen Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I've had this book since it came out. I went to the launch of it and I got it signed, and I still haven't read it, but I feel like it's just such a perfect book for right now. In Ninth House we follow Alex, who has some kind of accident, and because of that I think she's able to see ghosts, and if I'm not wrong, and this ability gets her admission to Yale. And in this world, Yale has a lot of secret societies, and these secret societies all have different affinity to different kinds of magic, and it's just kind of her trying to navigate that weird world. It's an adult fantasy. I've heard it's quite grim and dark, and I thought it would be perfect for this because it has magic, it has ghosts, and it's just, I don't know, it fits that goddess prompt, I think, and it's just gorgeous, and I've been meaning to read it for a while. Next up is kind of a secret to me. So next prompt is highest rated book on your TBR, and I haven't checked this, so I thought we could, you know, find out together. So I'm gonna go to Goodreads and see all the books that I've put on TBR, which is honestly, I don't have like a set TBR. If something sounds interesting, I just add it to my TBR on Goodreads. So there might be books that are absolutely like, I've never even heard of them, or it might be a really popular one that I've been dying to read for a while. First is The Ivies by Alexa Dunn, but it has 4.0 and it hasn't come out yet. Plot twist, this is a book that my friend recommended to me that's actually a Polish book, and it's by a Polish author, and it's called 27 śmierci Toby'ego Obeda, 27 deaths of Toby Obeda, and it's a non-fiction book, and I know it has something to do with Canada. My friend said it was an amazing book that I had to add to my TBR, so I did. So that's what we're reading. Next one, another exciting one. So this is a randomize your TBR. So I've counted other books on my bookshelf that I haven't read and our first one in a series, like, or standalone. I think there was 21 of them. So we're gonna get a random number generator up. Generator number 12. Okay, so this is weird because the book I just got, I have been debating back and forth if I want to read it for this month, and I was gonna use it for a different prompt. Yep, just rechecked, it's number 12, and it is The Secret History by Donna Tartt. So I've been dying to read this because Meg, she has loved this book, and it was like her number one favorite book from last year. I've been wanting to read this really badly, and I wanted to use it for a dark cover prompt, but my problem was that it's pretty big, and I have a lot of big books this month, so I wasn't sure. But you know what? It's happening. I'm reading The Secret History. Meg, I hope you're happy, and I better like this. Under the influence of their charismatic classics professor, a group of clever, eccentric misfits at an elite New England college discovers a way of thinking and living that is a world away from the humdrum existence of their contemporaries. But when they go beyond the boundaries of normal morality, their lives are changed profoundly and forever. Another secret society? And that's actually all the prompts for Make Your Myth Takers. So now let's go to the Percy Jackson. So I'm so excited for the Percy Jackson readathon, actually, because I love Percy Jackson. I read it when I was a kid. I just read the whole series in one swoop. In Percy Jackson, all the gods have children who are demigods, and in this readathon we kind of emulate that by being able to like be a child of different god and belong to a different camp. And I took the personality quiz on Rick Riordan's side that kind of tells you which god is your parent. I got Hades, which explains the attire. I tried to go for like dark, but yeah, I got Hades, which I'm really excited about. I was surprised. With your Hogwarts house, you kind of have a feeling which one is yours, and then I feel like most people have that with their parent god, but I had no inkling of who could be my godly parent, and I got Hades, and I was really happy with this. So, you know, we're just gonna roll with it. There are quite a lot of prompts for this one, but fortunately a lot of them coincide with the prompts for Make Your Myth Taker, so I thought that was super perfect. And on top of that, in my Make My Myth Taker, I'm gonna be a goddess, and here I'm a child of a god, so a demigod, so a goddess. So I was just like, this is bloody perfect. So if I'm redoubling the book, I'm just gonna show you the book and not gonna talk about it too much. Hades is the ruler of the underworld, god of the dead and of riches. I don't know that. He is solitary and independent. He chooses to rely on his own resources rather than asking for help. He maintains his calm and reserved manner, but has violent, terrifying temper. I really don't have a temper. I'm like the opposite of having a temper, but I am pretty individualistic, so there you go. So the first prompt is The Ghost King. Read a book featuring the undead. And for this, I'm reading The Ninth House, because like I said, she can see ghosts, they're ghosts. I confirmed on Twitter that they're ghosts. Next prompt is Bring a book back from the dead by reading something you have already read before. And I was just like, this is so perfect because I've been dying to read this series, but I've told myself I can only read it if I finish Harry Potter reread that I've been doing for ages now, and I finished it this month, so now I'm free to do whatever I want, and therefore I'm rereading Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan. I'm gonna read the whole series, hopefully like a book a month. I kind of told you what Percy Jackson is about, but again, children of demigods. Percy is a son of Poseidon, which is quite unheard of because the three main gods are not supposed to have children. Therefore, I also am a really naughty child because I wasn't supposed to exist, you know, because Hades is one of the three main gods. Now I can read them and just go back to being a child and being so happy reading these books. And now there's an adaptation coming out, which is just so exciting. You cannot, I am so excited. So you know the Percy Jackson, the movies, I know they're terrible, but they are what made me love Logan Lerman with my whole soul and body and everything. I love him so much. So although he's not a perfect Percy because he was like what, 19 or 20 or whatever, how old he was playing Percy when Percy's like 11 or 12, I think. Still, he was amazing and I loved him. But I'm so excited for a proper adaptation. Next prompt is: the underworld is dark and dreary The underworld is a dark and dreary place. Read a book with a dark cover. So first I was gonna use The Secret of History for this, but then I thought, why not use an audiobook? Because I'm usually reading an audiobook. And I wanted it to be Layer of Dreams, which is the second book in the Diviners series, but I got that way early, so I'm already reading that. But I already put a hold on the Before the Devil Breaks You. As you can see, I've got a hold. I'm gonna wait 3 weeks, but usually it doesn't take that long. But Before the Devil Breaks You is the third book in the Diviners series by Liba Bray. And the Diviners tells a story of kind of 1920s New York. And in this world, there are people with special powers, and they're called the Diviners. So some of them can touch the object and know like everyone's powers. Some can walk in dreams. There's a variety. And Evie is a young woman who moves to New York to live with her uncle because something very scandalous happened back home, and she gets kind of swept up into this murder investigation. Absolutely love Diviners, an amazing series, and I'm so glad to be reading the sequel and then reading the third book and maybe finishing the series sometime soon, although Libby doesn't have any newer audiobooks, so we'll see. But I'm super excited. I'm really hoping to fill this in seamlessly. Let's hope that Libby comes through. Next prompt is: death comes randomly and without warning. Choose a book from your TBR at random. Because we've already done that, we're gonna be reading The Secret History by Donna Tartt, and this will be the random book. There's already a lot of books I'm reading, okay? And the last mandatory prompt is: Hermes is the only Olympian free to visit the underworld. Complete a prompt honors Hermes. I went to Hermes's prompts and I chose the steal a book from someone else's TBR prompt, and I decided to choose Nicole from Nicole and Her Books, who's a co-host for this, and I decided to steal one of her books. So I actually already asked her about her TBR, and I actually decided to steal Lovely War, which is a group book for the readathon. So this is kind of meeting all the parts, so it's perfect. But yes, Lovely War is on its way to me. It was supposed to come yesterday, but it's still not here. So like I said, the Lovely War is a group book, and this is because it's kind of a historical fiction with a focus around Greek mythology. So in this book we follow Aphrodite, who for some reason is on trial, and she has to explain why love in times of war is the best or something like that. And she recounts 3 love stories during the Second World War. I think it's Second World War. Cover's gorgeous. I love Aphrodite. I just think it's gonna be so much fun to read this, and I cannot wait. I think the girls are doing a live show for it sometimes this month as well, so you guys should totally join them. So these are all the books that I'm reading for the mandatory prompts. So you might have realized that I'm committing to reading 7 books next month. It's totally doable for me, but like I said, I am moving, so we shall see how that goes. But if I manage to read these, there are 2 additional advanced challenges for Hades, so I've chosen the books I want to read for them, and if I manage to, that'd be great. So first one is Sword and Shield, a book featuring a character you would not get along with. So for this, I was reading Kayla from Books and Lava vlog the other day, and she was reading just some random books, and one of the books she was reading was The Wicker King. And I've never heard of this before, but from what she said about the main character, I feel like we would really not match because he's the very snappy, judgmental kind of person, which I hate. But she was so in love with the book, and it's kind of a mixed format book, and I just got so interested in reading it. So if I have some time next month, I'm really hoping to get this book and get to read it because it sounds amazing. And the last prompt is Monster Fighting, and this is a book featuring magical creature. So for this I would read Disenchanted. So I heard about Disenchanted from Rachel Marie from Rachel Marie's book Journey. I think she was participating in a book tour for it, and she had a reading vlog. This is a fantasy, and I think it's set in a world where there's magical creatures and then there's humans, and normally magical creatures and humans can't communicate, but there's a princess who can for some reason understand the magical creatures, and for that reason she's kind of considered a freak. I think. I'm not 100% sure. If you've been here a while, you know I go into my books completely blind, and only then am I like, oh, so this is what this is about. Cool. So I'm hoping that I will enjoy it once I read it. I got it on Kindle again, it was on sale, guys. Just always keep an eye out. Next month I'm finished with university. Like I said, it's my birthday month. I can treat myself to reading some really good books. A lot of these I've been so excited to read. I mean, Knife House has been on my TBR for ages. So is Secret History, which is on the 5-star predictions videos. Percy Jackson I've been looking at forever. Lovely War I'm so excited about. So is Fortuna Sworn. So I'm excited for all the books I'm reading, which is just so great and such a great feeling. I haven't done a TBR video in a while, so this is really fun for me to kind of commit to what I'm reading. So you guys also can see what I'm reading and kind of keep me responsible. I'm planning on doing bi-weekly reading vlogs, so hopefully reading about 4 books a vlog. Keep an eye out for those. You're gonna get all of my opinions on these books. Hopefully they're gonna be a lot of fun. Guys, I just wanted to say that next month as well, end of June, is when I have my 1-year anniversary. I'm not really sure what to do for it. I mean, I would like to maybe mark it somehow. I thought about doing the book to birthday tag, but if you guys have any suggestions down in the comments, that'd be great. I mean, if you wanted me to do a Q&A, I guess you could put some questions you want me to answer. I don't know if I'm that interested to do a Q&A, but if you have some other fun ideas, that would be so great to hear. But yeah, June is a great month for me. I started my channel that year. It's my birthday, like I said 50 times now. I'm turning 23, which is scary because I've been enjoying being 22 since I can relate to Taylor Swift's song and all that. There's no songs about 23, I don't think, so that clearly is the inferior age. That's it from me for this video. I really would love to hear from you guys. Tell me in the comments, what are you reading? Are you reading any of the books I'm reading? Have you read any of the books I'm reading? And do you think I can read all these books? Again, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. If you could subscribe, leave a comment and like, that would mean so much to me. But I will see you in my next video. Bye!